just discovered the guy who did the original For the Ones We Love audiobook has privatized all his videos. Which means this is, in fact, the only way you're going to actually hear the whole story. My apologies to everybody who was expecting a straightforward version. Because that ain't happening, bitches! Chapter 9, The Insanity. The fun of being insane. It's really hard to appreciate such things when you're still sane. Sanity is boring after all. Too predictable for my taste. Oh, you pause, ponies. What Crystal is as she kissed her cold friend on the cheek. These sounds like such a dreadful little ponies. She was, moaned Conquest in an overdramatic fashion, as if it was a performance. The way she rejected me, the way she used me. Oh, it was horrible. He whined, fainting into the Queen's host. I feel faint, my love. Spike couldn't think of anything to say. For the first time, Conquest had actually made sense. What Symphony had done to him was terrible and uncalled for. What? She thought he was dead. She moved on. It happens. Oh God. Dark Conquest, you realize what this means? I know. This fic is making me into a blanket villain! Hey, Rarity would do something like that. And you would never do anything like that. What had been next? Asked the dragon. Felt word to encourage the pony to talk nonsense and continue talking. Conquest lifted an eyebrow. Interested, are we? No, not really. This sounds dull, cliche, boring, and uninteresting. It sounds like you're whining. Well, too bad! My story's almost done, but I assure you, it has a killer ending. Courier ran to the forest of the Everfree, a trail of tears running down from his eyes. How could he do this to him? He loved her! He loved her with all his heart. He just stood up and spat on the ground. Tell me, was he running with his hand to his forehead as his tears were falling? The Alcorn jumped to the air and flew to a nearby tree branch. He sat there as he let his pity pour out of his body. All that he had ever done for her, all she had ever done for him, was it all in vain? Was it all for nothing? It's not fair! Oh God, I was such an emo twit back then. He screamed, his voice echoing in the darkness, falling on deaf ears of the forest. I did everything for her. I loved her. I was going to marry her. He let more tears roll down his face. It was getting hard to breathe from his sniffling. How he wished he could just turn it all off, never to have to feel again. Never feel again. A voice echoed in his head. That feels wonderful, wouldn't it? Courier stopped crying. Was somebody talking in his head? Hello? He called. The shouting voice chuckled in his mind. Oh, great, it's a Dark Angel! Run! So can you hear me at last, pony? The voice repeated. Hear what? Asked Courier, looking around for whoever was talking. Who is this? Show yourself! He demanded. Very well, the voice inside him said. But first, can you open your mouth? What? Asked the Alcorn. No sooner did he ask that he felt his mouth forced open. He tried to close his mouth, but some unknown force was keeping it open. A slow trickle of black smoke emitted from his mouth. He watched in terror as the smoke started to take on a form. The head of a stallion. A stallion that looked exactly like him. Ah! Sighed the shadow as he cracked his neck to side. You know, it is very cramped on that head of yours, he said. Who are you? Demanded Courier, bringing control in his mouth. Silly little filly, snickered the shadow. Don't you recognize me? I'm you! What? I'm you, he repeated. A different part of you, and I'm here to help you. Help me? How? The red-maned Alcorn questioned. I still can't believe that this fic decided to go with the black-coated red-maned Alicorn. Actually, where did that disease start up? Don't look at me. I'm just copying the trends that people hate. You're weak, he hissed. But I can change that. I can make you stronger, make you powerful. I can help you turn it all off just like you want. I am here to give you the greatest of all gifts. What's that? The shadow smiled. Ignorance, my pony. Sweet, blissful ignorance. How will that help me? Asked Courier. Try to imagine, the shadow pony began. Never feeling bad about anything you did. To just laugh it off or simply not care. All of the pain that bear caused you to simply vanish in thin air. Now, doesn't that sound nice? Courier thought what his dark double had to say. To never care again. To never know pain or heartbreak. It seems like a good deal right about now. What do you want for this gift? He asked. Nothing really, smiled Sallyhead. Just accept me. Embrace the idea of complete and total insanity, and I'll make everything go away. He sat there in the darkness of the forest, considering the very tempting offer of the pony. He was angry, sad, and confused. He wanted to never feel this again. He paused, unsure what he was getting himself into. I accept the insanity, he whispered. The sides of the shadow's face perked up upon hearing those words. Slowly he began to drift around the white alicorn, spinning faster and faster, all the while cackling an evil psychotic laugh. Courier was thinking this was a bad idea, but then he felt something. He felt nothing. All the negative emotions he was harboring before had vanished. He felt calm as he hopped out the tree. There was a new sense of life in the body. He was pregnant! A new thought in his mind. He gave a quirky smile as he quickly ran back towards town. Stars! He could feel his heart lift as he entered the town, seeing a green pony walking into an alley. He guessed that 3-Tack had gotten kicked out. He was going straight to Symphony's, but he could make a little detour. He followed 3-Tack into the alleyway, south of the alley, hiding everything from watching any pony that could pass by. Hey! Courier called cheerfully from behind the stallion, who turned around in shock. Holy crap! He muttered. Look, she's with me now, okay? She thought that you were dead and she moved on. That's what any pony would have done. Oh, yes, said Courier, as he advanced slowly towards the stallion. She did make that mistake, thinking that I was dead. He started to smile, flashing his pearly whites at the green pony. But she won't make that mistake with you. What's that supposed to mean? The scared pony asked, as he backed up against the wall. He turned around to see that he was trapped, and the only exit was blocked now by sinister-looking Courier. Simple, he said, lunging towards the pony, grounded by the neck of his host and pressed his back against the wall. She'll know that you're dead! He started to levitate his sword out of his holster, the silver blade shining in the moonlight as 3-Tack tried to wiggle free from the alicorn's grasp, but no avail. I'm in a great mood right now, so I'll give you a choice. Do you want your death to be quick and painless, or slow and horrible? Courier put his ear to the suffocating pony, hearing nothing but gaggling and gargling. Slow and horrible, you say? Good choice, he said as he readied his sword. With one last sigh, he plunged the blade deep into the pony's stomach. 3-Tack groaned with terrible pain, unable to scream as the blade was pulled out of his stomach, only to be stabbed back in. Blood spattered across Courier's white body, the spatter of blood resembling his fiery mane. Does it hurt, Tack? He asked, looking into the pony's lifeless eyes, continuing to stab him. Do you know the pain you caused me? The giant crap you took on my life? He pulled the bloody blade out of the dead pony, his body falling down in a puddle of his own crimson fluid. Use red, for crying out loud! You can do that! Consider yourself lucky. He walked away from the body and looked around. Nobody had seen him, which was good. He didn't need that right now. He looked back at the body, to the pony he had just killed. There was a warm feeling inside of him. Was that happiness? He killed an innocent pony and he felt happy? No. He killed the bastard who was sleeping with his mare, and he could feel good about that. As he continued towards Symphony's house, he noticed his reflection in a shadow puddle. His entire form was covered in blood. Almost none of his white cloak could be seen. What was really stained was his eyes had turned from an odd yellow to a hellish red. He He saw his reflection smile back at him, even though he didn't smile. Feels good, doesn't it? The puddle asked. It does, doesn't it? He replied. It was true, he felt great, as if killing the innocent could bring back his. Good. The reflection said, now let's go. But first, let me get that blood off of you. More stars. That was the first time I ever killed an innocent pony. Though you could hardly kill him innocent. Conquest sighed as he laid a shadowy cloud. Clean chrysalis curled up in his hooves. But it was exhilarating, to say the least. He looked down at the dragon. There's something about taking a pony's life, to stare into his teary eyes as you rob him of the greatest gift of all, the power you feel. He smiled. It's intoxicating. You're crazy, muttered the dragon. And I'm not sitting down, so I can't be saying a crazy glue. You're right, but you are eating crazy bread. I'm not really crazy bread. Ah, how did it happen? You know, you sound like a broken record sometimes. It's always, you're crazy, or what's wrong with you, or killing ponies is wrong, Conquest, or please don't rape that innocent little bunny, or oh please Conquest, stop ripping out my intestines, or please stop Conquest, stop playing tennis balls with my balls, or please stop Conquest, don't rape the dead corpse. My God, you're an annoying person. You and your, laws of the natural world. Shameful. You really need to vary your vocabulary. Whatever, mocked Conquest. Anywho, where was I? Ah, yes, Sympathy. Stars. Courier walked up to the front door of Sympathy's house. His coat had been cleaned of all traces of blood, and he was looking better than ever in his dark armor. He was becoming a real dark knight, and he loved it. Oh, baby, yes! Conquest is back in action! He knocked on the door and waited for it to be answered. He was shaking with giddy anticipation when the door slowly opened. Corita, she moaned. I'm sorry for what happened, but can we need you sweet till morning? That's not why I'm here, said the armored pony. I want to show you something. It needs to be right now. Tonight. Can you at least give me this? They'll never be bothered me again. Sleepy Mare sighed as he levitated a coat from the coat rack. Fine, Corita. What is it you want to show me? The white stallion smiled as he turned around. This way, my dear, he says. He started out to head out of town towards the Everfree Forest. Symphony stopped to see approach the edges of the woods. Wait, we're heading to the Everfree at night? Isn't that dangerous? Don't worry, darling. I'll protect you, he reassured her. He gave a small smile as he walked close to Creator, feeling the warmth of his body against his. The two walked in the forest in silence. Only the sounds of a gentle breeze blowing through the trees and sleeping animals with their dreams. Eventually, they passed the tree line and into an open meadow. Creator looked at the pink mare. Do you know where this is? He asked as he slowly opened his wings. Symphony looked around. She did remember this place. This is the place where we first met, isn't it? That is correct, Creator said. He started to walk to a tree. This spot is special to me. It's where we met. Where we played. Where we had our first kiss. He lingered a breath at the next thought. It's where we made love for the first time. I remember, she said, face turning red as tears formed in her eyes. We had a lot of good times here. The words started to drip down. She bowed her head and saying, I'm so sorry all of this happened to you. That's okay, the Algor said tearfully. You'd be surprised at how fast I could get over something. He span around on his hind legs and offered Symphony a hoof. Care to dance? He asked. She looked at a surprisingly happy pony. He took his hoof in hers. Creator pulled in and wrapped his hoof around her waist. As they circled around the moonlight in a slow dance. It's such a beautiful night, isn't it? He asked as he twirled her around. Are you trying to win me back? She grinned, as she wrapped her hooves around the Alcorn's neck. Not at all, my dear, he said, spinning around faster and faster. The two still lay on their feet. Creator's horn began to glow. Yells were engulfing Symphony's back hooves. As the two started to dance in the sky, higher and higher they went, Creator gently flapping his wings to stay afloat. I just wanted to dance with you one last time. Who says this has to be the last time? She cooed. Three-Talk isn't a very good dancer. I'm afraid that's out of the question, Creator said, The dancing started to slow down until they were standing in the air in the shadow of the moon. And why is that? She asked, her face slowly leaning towards his. Because I hear it's hard to dance with broken legs, he chuckled. What? His heart stopped glowing. The magic that kept sympathy from falling disappeared. She shrieked as he fell to the air, landing with a hard thud on the ground. Another loud shriek echoed through the forest. Creator smiled as he slowly lowered down from the air, made sure that they were at a height that would cripple her, but not kill her. He didn't want her dead. Yet. Whoops! He laughed, staring at the fallen pony. Her front legs were bent out of shape, sticking out in directions he shouldn't. Her face bruised and cut. One eye was swelling up quickly. Tears were leaking out of her face as she cried in broken sniffles. Looks like I blundered in a bit of a dance. Why? Moaned Sympathy as he struggled to lift her head. Silly filly. He giggled. I wouldn't be talking so loud if I were you. You might alert some unwelcome guests. There was a rustle in the bushes. Right on time, 3 deadly yellow eyes cut through the shadows of the forest as 3 bark-covered wolves growled and crawled out of the bushes. Oh dear, Courier said sarcastically. A pack of timber wolves attacking a helpless pony. All of this seems familiar, like we've done this before. He stared at Sympathy. The insanity cleared his deranged eyes in a sick smile. Creator, please don't do this. She begged weakly, but received no sympathy from the alicorn. Help me. Now, why would I do that? He asked himself. Why would I help the heartless bitch who left me for some green tool, whom I'm already killed tonight, by the way? What? She whimpered, the wolves wagging their way towards the downed prey. Stabbed him 5 times. But you shouldn't be worried about him, he told her. You should be worried about them. He took off the air, only to land in a nearby tree to watch the show. Who's going to save you this time? He laughed maniacally. The wolves crept forward. Sympathy could see the hunger in their eyes as they flashed their fangs and snarled at her. She tried to lift herself, but her broken legs couldn't support her, and she collapsed in a fit of pain. Sympathy tried to crawl away from the wolves, backing up to a tree. She watched in horror as the 3 wolves cornered her. She could feel their cold breath against her face. No, please, no, no! Ah! Stars. I watched as the wolves tore her apart, ripped her a limb from a limb, and a gory orgy of violence and red, the Dark Alicorn said. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. Perfect as he screamed her last symphony. Oh, that was beautiful. We'll be right back to That's Our Conquest, coming up soon. He chuckled at his little joke. Spike stood there, jaw dropped in shock. You know, for a second, just a second, when you told me what Sympathy did to you, I felt a little sorry for you. I didn't. It was something I could relate to. Something that was never happened to me or anyone else. He said, his anger growing in his voice. But any sort of pony that would feed some pony to wolves and monsters beyond redemption is not worth my pity. Hey, what about the stabbing? Conquest just rolled his eyes uncaringly to Dragon's comment. Oh no, we got a badass over here, he said bluntly. She laughed and snuggled up to Conquest. Oh dears, we're all timid. Yes, Chrysalis, they all are, Conquest said, looking at Spike. The story is almost over, Spike, but we have 1 chapter left, and we'll see if you survive the night first. This piqued Spike's interest. What do you mean? Oh, did I forget to tell you? Giggled Conquest. I decided to throw you to the party. A party? Asked the dragon. A party, Conquest said gleefully. You better wake up. I do it soon, before they go ahead and start without you. Doodles! Conquest and Chrysalis seemed to fade slowly into the shadows. They themselves were becoming part clouds. Spike noticed that it was getting darker all around him, calmly consumed by the shadows. Stars. He woke up with his head ringing. Something that was not uncommon when he got from that hell. He slowly opened his eyes, and his vision still blurry. But he looked around and knew something wasn't quite right. This isn't my room, moaned the groggy dragon. He looked around. All the furniture had been replaced with dark rocks. The walls of marble were now black stone. It's definitely not his room anymore. Spike, you're awake, a deep voice bellowed. Spike tried to get up. He realized that his hands and ankles were all chained to the stone table he was laying on. Who are you? Demanded the dragon, struggling to break away from his chains. When the shadows and behind the rocks, a hooded figure emerged. It was the shape of a pony, probably an earth pony. Soon more and more hooded ponies came out hiding. There were about a dozen revealed. Who are we, dragon? One of the voices asked. This one much larger, probably female. We are the ones free from thoughts, free from needs, free from compassion, love, and toleration. We are the ones who are blessed with ignorance. We are the conquered! Every pony yelled in unison. Oh, Lord, groaned Spike. One of the ponies walked up to his head. Under his hood was a featureless mask with a cruelly drawn smiling face on it. Are you scared? He hummed, dragging himself across his face. Because the glorious conquest has sentenced you to death, dragon! For the glorious conquest! They shouted. Oh, sweet! In this universe, I got groupies! Sit down! You're telling me you guys instantly worship that crazy bastard? Dragon yelled, trying to loosen his bonds. Another one of the hooded ponies walked up to his side, her mask the same smiley face, but instead she had the phrase "death to tyrants" written on it over and over again. You fear what you don't understand, you stupid dragon, she yelled, striking him in the face. Can we kill him now? Patience, said Smiley Face, all in good time. But the Glorious One has certain instructions that need to be fulfilled before sentence is carried out. Very well, she said, looking at the dragon in what Spike could only assume was disgust. Begin the preparation! She yelled at the others, who began to form a circle around the dragon. She looked back at the dragon. Spike, the dragon, our Lord of Insanity and Darkness has tried to help you. He is taking pity on you, and to hope you would see the darkness in every pony's heart. For he is selfless, and we are selfish, they all chanted. He has bestowed his saintly advice to you, in an attempt to help you see the world as it truly is. A world of fakes, artificial kindness, and generosity. All ponies are fakes, nothing but disgrace. And he has given you the greatest honor of all, audience of his gloriousness. To look upon the face of the Dark One is to look at the face of God. Despite all these gifts, you have spit in the face of our Lord and forsaken the ignorance. And now you must pay the price with your life. Smiley Face walked away from the circle to approach Spike. Before you die, dragon, you will know the feel of betrayal, he said. He slowly began to loosen his mask. You could see the shades of brown in his coat, the glint of his arm eyes, his pearly white smile, messy pink hair. Duster? Surprise, dragon, his ex-friend said. You shouldn't be. After all, the Glorious One did tell you not to be so trusting. But why? Asked the dragon, trying to loosen his bondage. It should be obvious, chuckled the pink-maned pony. I was betrayed. Forsaken from the one I thought I loved. By my moment of pain, the Glorious One took away my pain. In exchange, all I had to do is give him my undying loyalty. Spike scored his chains. You worship that freaking nature? Hey! I'm plenty natural. As a matter of fact, I'm all natural. He yelled at the pony. He wants to kill every pony. What do you think will happen when he takes over? You think if you serve him, you'll be spared his wrath? He'll just kill you. We know that, dragon, Duster said smugly. When Dark Conquest takes over, we will be executed. But we will all be free from pain, free from misery and heartbreak, and we'll be reborn as Alicorns. What great race! Seriously? The Sun Dragon barked. You actually think you'll be reborn as Alicorns? Something like that. The Conquest was kind of vague on that. It is pointless for you to try and enlighten you, Spike. It'll be over for you in a moment. The circle of hooded ponies slowly closed in on him. One pony, a Pegasus with a mask that had bloodstains for eyes, jumped up on top of him. From beneath his cloak, he pulled out a jade silver knife, raised it above his head, bracing himself for the killing blow. Does the dragon have anything to say before we slit his throat? The Duster asked. Yeah, Spike said, a smile slowly formed on his face as he looked at the bloody-eyed pony. You should chain up my mouth. He's right, you know. Well, why didn't anybody chain up his mouth? George! Didn't you chain up his mouth? I didn't. I thought you chained up his mouth. Oh, God. God, we forgot to chain up the fire-breathing dragon's mouth! Green flames exploded from the dragon's mouth. The pony got toppled in one stump and off of a screaming ball of burnt flesh. Every other pony shielded their eyes from the sudden flash of emerald light. The silver knife that would have been his doom left by his left claw. He quickly snatched up the leaf and started tinkering with the lock. The cult ponies were quick to recover from the sight. Kill him! Kill the dragon! One of them shouted, each one drawing their knives or other swords out as they advanced on him. Spike breathed more fire, swinging his neck around, circling himself in a ring of contained flames. A ring? A ring? And it burns, burns, burns! The ring of fire! The cultists were forced back, except a few unlucky ones that were caught in the blaze. Bought us some time. Hopefully they wouldn't have any. Water! Screamed the female pony. Get water in those flames, you idiots! A few unicorns' horns started to glow. A stream of water gushing out as they slowly doused the flames. I can't believe this Fick remembered that other spells exist! Spike was running out of time. You could feel the blade getting deeper in the lock. It's almost picked. He just needed a few more seconds. Hey, Spike, it seems to me that if you melted the lock, you would get it out quick. Get him! Okay, you know what? Fuck it. If you're going to die that easily, go ahead. Somebody screamed, jumping through the embers of the flames. She levitated her knife as she lunged into the dragon. Click! His left claw was free. He swung it around and grabbed the pony by the mask, slamming it against the edge of the stone table. As the pony crumpled to the floor, he grabbed the chain with his free hand and yanked it out of the stone. He sat up, the firebringer getting thinner. He slashed at his ankle chains, cutting them through the damp paper. The cultists put out the fire, and they began their relentless attack on the dragon, leaping at him from all sides. Spike took a deep breath and unleashed more fiery hell. The green flames engulfed the small sticks of the ponies, who were immediately incinerated into dark ash. Two ponies were able to jump and land on his back, stabbing and slashing desperately at him. Only to have their blades bounce harmlessly off the dragon's thick hide. A quick ejection of his wings, and the two were flying off the crockery walls. Spike turned around, smashing at Pegasus that tried to dive bomb him. The masked pony was sent hurtling to the ground, blood dripping out from where the dragon's claws had gouged him. The three unicorns, one of which was Duster, stood behind him, their horns beginning to glow. Spike turned to face him and raised his breath, lips licking with some smoke and hot embers. The unicorns blasted him with a combination of their magic, the arcane missiles, easily cutting through the green fire and scalding the dragon's mouth. He fell back, gagging from the magic that went down his throat. The unicorns on either side of Duster charged at the downed dragon. The horns glowing with air as his daggers materialized around him, all pointing towards Spike. Spike struggled to get up. His mouth felt wet and his stomach funny. The spell must have gone down his throat and extinguished the flames in his belly, because when he tried to blast the oncoming ponies with flames, nothing but a few black smoke clouds came out. He managed to quickly pull his wings around his body, acting like a shield against the ponies' magical daggers, was shattered when they tried to penetrate the film of his wings. Spike opened up his wings after the attack and grabbed each unicorn by the throat, smashed their thick skulls together, incapacitating both. Duster was the only pony left standing. Everyone else was either unconscious or a pile of burnt cinders. The pink-haired pony stared at the dragon with a smug look. The dragon, panting heavily, flexed his claws and spread his wings. White flanks geared as he took off towards the pony. Just when Spike was about to finish him off, Duster disappeared in a flash, and the dragon collided with the wall behind him. He rubbed his head and turned around. Duster was sitting on the other side of the room, smiling at the dragon, egging him for another attack. Spike's heart took off, charging out with a war cry of both claws at the ready. Duster's horn began to glow again as the dart of energy was unleashed, but he wasn't aiming at the dragon. He was aiming at the ceiling. There was a small explosion as a large boulder was loosened from the ceiling and fell on top of Spike. The dragon instinctively caught it, crunching a little under the weight of it. This left him vulnerable. With both hands preoccupied, Spike had no way of defending himself from Duster's knife. The pony's blade dug deep into the dragon's weak underbelly. He stopped to pull one knee, the wound now crippling him. The height of the rock seemed to increase every second as blood started to pour out of the stab wound. Duster laughed maniacally like crazy cold he was as he raised his knife again. A blast of white magic hit the cultist on the side of the head. Duster was knocked sideways as Spike looked to see who it was. A large white unicorn, adored in gold and guard armor, stood by, panting his newly formed hole in the wall. "Kurapoof?" muttered the dragon. Kurapoof didn't respond. Duster quickly recovered from the blast to his head and was conjuring up one of his own. The two unicorns blasted each other with their own spells, beating in a stalemate as their spells collided with one another. Spike took the opportunity to muster whatever strength he had left and flung the boulder at Duster with all his might. The brown and pink pony saw the boulder and quickly blasted the rubble, and was hit by Curbhoof's spell as well. When the dust had cleared, Duster laid on the ground, barely conscious. Spike was the first to get to him, pulling him by the neck and pinning him to the wall. "You're gonna pay for this," Dragon sighed. Duster kept on smiling as blood dripped from his bleeding mouth. "I think not, Dragon," he said weakly. He seemed to be fizzing with something in his mouth. He snapped off one of his teeth and quickly swallowed it. "You cannot win, Dragon." His mouth was starting to form up with bubbly saliva. "What is this, a James Bond film?" "You will kill you. He'll kill all of you." His eyes started to roll back in the back of his head. "For the glorious conquest." His body went limp as the last of his life left his body. Spike carefully took a whiff from the dead pony's mouth. "Whispered," he mumbled. "Kill you in 10 seconds flat." Of course he has knowledge of all sorts of poisons and diseases and stuff like that. Why wouldn't he? He's the big, bad, macho action hero dragon. "How did you know where it was?" Curbhoof walked up to next to Spike, looking at his dead body. "I've been suspicious of Duster ever since he joined the forces. Always sneaking around at night. Then I saw him leave your room with a bunch of strange hoods. I followed you guys to the old diamond mines under the sea. The rest, well," he went around the room, "you know." Spike examined the room. There were charred and dead bodies everywhere. He hadn't seen a mess like this since the Diamond Dog incident. A voice groaned. The dragon and pony reared their heads towards the noise. One of the cultists moaned and turned a little as they regained consciousness. Curbhoof ran over to the down cultist. It was the mayor with the Death of Tyrant's mask. He ripped it off, revealing a sky blue Pegasus with a navy blue mane. "What are you doing?" asked the dragon. "I'm removing her wisp tooth," he said. "These freaks are trained to commit suicide and to avoid interrogation," he said. "We need information on these guys. Spencer will like to have Duster show what to do." He pulled out a tooth. "We can't have a proper tooth on the trip back." He hoisted the mare on his back and started to head down toward the hold wall. He glanced back at Spike. "You coming, Iguana?" Spike smiled. Curbhoof may be an ass. A tight ass. Woo! A hard ass. Oh, and a jackass. Hey! No offense. But it was all right. "Yeah, I'm coming." They walked down and up the tunnels that Curbhoof used to find Spike. It was a long and silent walk until Spike took a deep breath and sighed. "Thanks," he quickly said. "For what?" muttered the pony. "You know, saving me," the dragon said. Curbhoof rolled his eyes. "Don't flatter yourself. I was there to take down Duster and nothing else," he said. "For after I save you, it's this good time." "Sure, whatever, jackass." The dragon sighed as he continued to walk. There was something strange about this pony. Some sort of weird hatred towards him. Whatever. He was bleeding and tired, didn't care if he didn't. Not his problem, he's an ass. They headed to the surface. It was daylight. They entered the castle and Curbhoof took the cultists for interrogation. Spike was rested medical to patch up his wound. It wasn't as bad as he thought. Not nearly as bad as the dog that bit him, but it was still in the infirmary. He told my nurses to get some rest, but sleep would mean him, and he wasn't in the mood to deal with him. So he stared at the white ceiling of his room. White, such a beautiful color. Pure and majestic. It was the light, shade of everything good. It reminded him of her, of his rarity. It had been over 2 weeks since he had last seen her, and seen that beautiful, perfect face that he fell in love with. 2 weeks since he had the pleasure to become lost in the beauty of her enchanting blue eyes. 2 weeks since he felt the taste of those sweet lips. "How long has it been again?" Then it hit him. He had almost died again. Only this time he wouldn't have been able to tell her he loved her. He would have died without seeing her again. "No," he moaned. He crawled out of bed and out the door. When he opened it, Princess Celestia was the last pony he expected to see. "Oh, hello, Spike. Feeling better?" "I'm leaving," the dragon said bluntly. "Oh, where do you plan to go?" "Back to Ponyville. I had to see her again." "See who?" "Rarity." "Ah, yes. I heard about you two. To be honest, I can't say I agree with a relationship between a pony and a dragon." "Oh, no." "But I learned it's best not to mess with the love of others. Oh, thank God we're not going there." "Do you understand why I'm leaving?" he said, trying to push by the white princess. "I can't let you do that," she said. "Leave, not now." "With all due respect, Your Majesty," he began, "I'm going to see Rarity, and there's a damn thing you can do about it." The princess rounded the tone Spike had used, but was quickly replaced with a smile. Then it's a good thing I caught you before you left. What do you mean? He asked. I mean, I think it's about time we assembled the elements of harmony. There's a threat to all of Equestria from an ancient evil. You wasted time, resources, and effort to not summon your big weapons, you fucking idiot! Why? Why did you do that? Why? Why did you just say, oh duh, I'm going to assemble the army instead of bringing in my most powerful weapons? Why? Why did you do that? Why did you wait until now before you bring in your freaking army? Excuse me a sec, I need to find reality check. I got a pretzel, I got a... Oh! Sorry, but this Fick was thinking like reality check. Oh gee, what should I use rather than my super weapons that could end a problem in about a few seconds? I should use my army, which could potentially get a lot more people injured, killed, or maimed, or I could use my super weapon. This is the equivalent of having a giant monster, and rather than summoning, oh, I don't know, the Air Defense Forces, Mazinger, we send out our military where they die ruthlessly because we didn't think of sending out our super weapon. You are a dumbass! Fuck you, Fick!